Well, it says I'm live, but it sure as hell don't feel like that. I'll tell you that much, Hope everybody's okay. There's my friend Lucy. She's sound asleep. She's I don't know whether she didn't sleep too good last night because I woke up at 4 o'clock feeling sick and I didn't really go back to sleep. So I talked to her for a while. She's very soothing to talk to. She looks in your eyes and you can tell she doesn't really understand everything, but she understands how you feel. You know what I mean? Dogs do that. They don't may not understand the words, but they understand the emotions. Yeah. And Lucy's just one really good girl. She just closed her eyes when I said her name. She's funny. She thinks she's talking about somebody else. If you're talking about another dog or something like that. She's good. Her eyes go very like that, very slow. She's watching you all the time. I don't think now her eyes are open. I don't think she really sleeps. She's watching me all the time. I think she looks for food. That's what I think the whole thing's about. So it's a food gig. So what do you think about Christy Nome? You think she's gonna go? Who else should go besides Christy? Think Pat Bondi ought to go? She won't go. She'll be. I don't think she'll go unless she makes a mistake and disagrees with Trump. But with those lips, they're like putting suction cups on his ass. She ain't going nowhere. She's like, what's that? What's the name of that fish that uh, stays around sharks and whales and stuff? Lampreys. Yeah, that would be her. Chris Pam Bondi's a lamprey. She's not going anywhere. She's sucking that ass till the end of time. Uh, I said on the other video while I was still one of my coherent moments. Uh, Trump's not going to the Super Bowl because ICE is there and they're afraid there's going to be some protests and things get out of hand. Because he's only going to be a few hundred yards from the protesters. And I would use that if he's really serious about starting martial law. That would definitely be what I would do, though. I would tell ICE to go nuts on these people to try to get in. They're going to delay it so that certain uh, looking people, the lower tiers and whatnot, can't get into the game on time. You watch and see. I still think that some towns, some cities got to set up on it has limited access. You can get in by air, you put that air or car, that's about it. And you set up on the road, you block these guys off, and you say, you want to come in? Sure. Leave your masks and your guns here. In the meantime, you're totally, completely armed, and you've got them surrounded, and they don't have enough men to deal with the situation. And, you make them take off their masks if they want to come into the city. If they don't want to come into the city, take off their masks anyhow. Run their face through facial recognition. And let's find out how many of these guys have records, how many of these guys are old Proud Boys or something like that, and how many guys are pardoned by Trump. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That just came out of nowhere. That's one of those things you're supposed to edit out, when you're doing the final cut. I don't. This is real, folks. This isn't edited in any manner, shape, or form unless it's being censored or something like that. You go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. It's okay. I'm all right. She heard me sneeze and she sat up because she thinks something's wrong with me. Well, there is something wrong with me. I'm old. Anyhow, I guess everything's all right with you guys. Here we go. Put that on. Jim's here. I can see that. He's the only one that signs in and says hello. He'll be making comments in the comment section, but not here. I don't know why he doesn't talk to me here, like the chat, but maybe it's not available. These people, YouTube's been having trouble all over the world with very various facets of its streaming service. So I don't know what's going on there. They're working with the pro football people too. Was it NFL Today or something? They work with it. I forgot what they do with it. I don't watch football on YouTube. I'm not gonna pay. I don't do YouTube anything other than the streaming stuff. Uh, I like YouTube. Don't get me wrong. I like to read a lot of the stuff that's on there, but I just don't. Uh, Technically wise, I don't use it. It's too expensive and doesn't cover what I want it to. So I use for sports. I use DAZN, and then I get NFL Game Pass through them. You know. And NFL Game Pass is pretty much like you watch Fox TV. That's what they have. You have Fox TV announcers. They last year or year before last, they put the commercials on Fox TV too. You had the Super Bowl commercials. I saw that new one that the Budweiser has out. That those people are absolutely fantastic, and I've seen those Clydesdales up close and personal. They're not as big as they look at in the photographs. Of course, I'm a big guy to begin with, so but they're big, stocky horses, and they're workhorses. They're not, to be ridden around the lot, stuff like that. But they're basically pretty friendly. You know, it's like the horses around here. I found one of the horses that I met when I came up here. It's 16 years ago. He's a young, very young horse. Then I get a year or two old, and he's still around. He still looks good, and he actually remembered me. And I thought that was fantastic. When I know animals have memories, and then they usually remember bad things, not so much the good things about people. They have a tendency they carry grudges. Animals, they do it better than them. They do it better than humans. Especially grizzlies or something like that. They got a grudge. They better never see your ass those woods again. Oh Jesus! All right, I mean, what, almost 8 minutes of this now. I'm trying to stay here. It's not easy. But what were we talking about before? Oh, Christy, no. Yeah, she's just stupid, and that's the problem with this cabinet that Trump has. He and uh, when they elected Bush president, George, George, the kid, the young guy, the 9/11 guy. Excuse me. They said that they put some of the best people in politics in the Republican Party around him because they knew he was stupid. Okay, he's not the brightest bulb in the box either. So they did what they had to do, and they put brilliant people around him. Trump's not like Trump wanted yes people. He doesn't want anybody that questions him because that's what happened in his first term. These people were smart. And they question him because they realize he's stupid. That's what but these people are so stupid they don't realize he's stupid. And Rubio's just looking to try and be president. That's why he's there. It's never going to happen. You know, um, don't know exactly what his problem is, but I can tell you it ain't going to happen. So anyhow, look, oh man, I'm going to stop this video now and go lay down for a while. I'll be all right. This is something that happens to me every once in a while, but it doesn't usually happen when I'm this early in the morning and doing videos and whatnot. Or I don't wake up in the middle of the night sick, but we'll see what happens. In the meantime, everybody, hit that subscribe button. Have a good day. And we'll talk to you mañana.